Hi, I'm Michelle Harrison and I'm going to be talking to you about my book Unrest, which is out on the 26th of April. Unrest is a ghost story, and it's about a 17-year-old boy called Elliot, and he had an accident 6 months ago in which he was knocked down by a car, and at the scene of the accident he died for 2 minutes, and he came out of his body and saw his body on the street. The paramedics brought him back, but ever since then, when he goes to sleep, he's been having the same out-of-body experiences, and when it happens, he's been seeing things around his flat. He's been seeing what he thinks is the ghost of a woman who died there, and he's got to the point where he's terrified to go to sleep because of what he sees, and so he decides that he's going to try and find out if he really is being haunted or if it's just him going mad. So he decides that he's going to get a job at a museum called Past Lives, which is supposedly haunted, and there he discovers that there are other ghosts. One night when he stays overnight after a ghost walk that he takes part in, and he comes out of his body in an out-of-body experience, and another entity takes over his body, and he has to unravel the mystery of what this entity is or risk being possessed for good. I got the idea for Unrest because my sister has out-of-body experiences sometimes when she sleeps, and she also has a condition called sleep paralysis, which is when you go to sleep, when everybody goes to sleep, your body goes into a natural state of paralysis when you dream, which is to stop you acting out your dreams and harming yourself or harming other people. But with somebody who has sleep paralysis, it's possible to wake up a little bit during this process, and so you're seeing the room or your surroundings wherever you are while you're still in paralysis, so you can't move, and also because you're in the dream phase you can have hallucinations as well, so you've got hallucinations mixing with your surroundings, which is naturally very scary, and because you're paralysed, your mind immediately starts to feel threatened, and so you start to dream quite creepy things. So she's always been telling me about all these creepy figures that come into her room at night, stand at the end of her bed, which is something I've always thought was really terrifying. There's lots of different characters that she's told me about. Some of them come back different, more than once, and others are just a one-time thing. And the idea really started was when she told me about that she's had these out-of-body experiences where she gets up in the night and she might go to check on something or think she's heard a noise, and when she comes back into her bedroom she sees herself asleep on the bed. And it was when I started to wonder what would happen if when she left her body, what would happen if somebody or something else jumped into her body and possessed it, and that was where the idea for Unrest came from. I wrote most of Unrest in my house, which is I think it's a Victorian building. It's about 100 years old, so it's got lots of character, but at night, which is when I tend to do most of my writing, it can be quite creepy. I did write a lot of it quite late at night as well, when my partner was in bed, and I did get quite freaked out because one of the ghosts that Elliot is encountering is based around his bathroom, and whenever I had to go to the bathroom I'd get a bit freaked out and didn't really want to go down, so yeah, I did definitely get freaked out.